you are not just a task doer, you're a relationship builder, you're a creator, and you are becoming someone so beautiful. This is Bold Intentional Life, the podcast for moms who are ready to stop sleepwalking through life. Hi, I'm your host, Jessie Larson, and I know how easy it is to get caught up in the daily grind, running on autopilot, feeling overwhelmed, and wondering if this is all there is. But here, we're about taking back control, realigning with what matters most, and making every moment count. You deserve more than just going through the motions. It's time to step into a life of purpose, balance, and fulfillment, one small, impactful change at a time. Each week, we'll dive into real talk, practical tips, and empowering conversations to help you shift from just getting by to fully showing up for yourself, your family, and your dreams. No more waiting. Your bold, intentional life starts now. Welcome back to Bold Intentional Life. I'm Jessie, and I'm so glad you're tuning in today, especially this week as we head into Mother's Day this weekend. Now, if you're not listening to this in real time and you're listening to it at some other point in the year, please don't click out because this message still applies. Okay, as we get into Mother's Day, I know that for a lot of you, for many, many people, Mother's Day can bring up a mix of emotions. Sometimes it feels very sweet and celebratory, and other times it feels heavy or lonely or maybe just plain exhausting. And wherever you're at this year, I want you to know that this space is for you. You're safe here, you're seen here. And this episode is a little love note to your heart. I wanted it to be a reminder that you're not just doing things as a mom. You're not just doing the laundry, the cooking, the carpool, the grocery pickup, the signing of the field trip forms, the remembering that one kid likes the blue cup and another kid will not eat their sandwich unless it's cut diagonally with the crust off. You're not just completing a to-do list. Motherhood is so much more than all of the tasks. That's merely management. Motherhood is not just a role. It's a relationship with your children, yes, but also a relationship with yourself. Because you've never been this mom before, right? I've been a mom for 14 years at this point, but I've never been this mom before. I've never parented this 14-year-old before. I've never parented a 12-year-old girl before. I've never parented a 9-year-old that has, that's different from his brother. Take a second to really sit with that, okay? You've never been a mom before. And even if you've been a mom for 5 years or 18 years or 30 years, you've never ever been a mom to this version of your child or as this version of you. Each new stage is new. Each child is different. Each season of motherhood invites you to evolve right along with it. And that feels really hard sometimes. Maybe you've had toddlers before, but this third one is wired differently and throwing you for a loop. Or maybe you got to a point where you thought you had bedtime completely figured out and now it's a battle again. Or you've got teenagers and that's throwing you off because you've loved your routine and now they're messing with it and want to chat at night. Or maybe you have an oldest that is graduating and leaving the house and you are navigating some real big bittersweet emotions and a lot of feelings. Motherhood feels hard sometimes, not because you're doing something wrong, but because you're growing, they're growing, the relationship is constantly growing, and that's bound to have some growing pains. But it doesn't mean that you're doing a bad job as a mom. When we are measuring ourselves about whether we're a good mom or a bad mom, which none of you are bad moms, so just put that out, right? This is a side tangent. I want you to tell yourself right now, I am a good mom. I'm a good mom. Say it. Say it right now with me. I'm a good mom. And if you have to get a little bit more passionate, be like, I'm a hell of a good mom or I'm a damn good mom, whatever feels true to you. But seriously, Pause this right now and just say out loud to yourself, wherever you are, I'm a good mom. And I hope you get some chills when you say that, or maybe it brings tears to your eyes or some emotion. And oh my gosh, I'm feeling some emotion right now, and I didn't think I would because, wow, I did not think that this was going to bring this up for me. And it is not part of my outline at all. So this is really off the cuff. But oh my goodness, there is someone out there listening right now who needed to hear this. And if it's you, wow, that's strong. I really hope you know that you are a good mom. That if you're thinking, am I failing? Am I messing things up? Am I doing it right? This is so hard. I'm so overwhelmed. That, oh my gosh, you are doing such an amazing job. And I know that we look at the things that we do and we spend so much time measuring ourselves by what we do, right? We check the boxes, we hustle through the routines, we try to make it all work. But oh my gosh, my friend, motherhood is not the tasks. It's not defined by the checklist and the completed tasks. Yes, the laundry matters. Yeah, they need clean clothes to wear. And it sucks when the laundry pile piles up so freaking high and you're just like overwhelmed and you don't want to do it at all. Yes, the meals matter and the rides and the managing of the household. It's all real. It's all important work. But the heart of motherhood is not in the checklist. It's in the connection. It's in the moments right now where you're feeling like unsure. It's in the moments where you're listening, really listening to your child. It's in the way that you hold space for their big feelings. And that's hard because you've got big feelings too, and you're holding that. It's in the concerns at night and in the whispered worries and prayers for that quiet strength that you want and that you need. Wow, guys, I did not. I'm so sorry for getting emotional. Full disclosure, I actually recorded this already and I thought, that wasn't it. I got to re record it. So there are some things that needed to come up and to be here for you. And as we're talking about that, it's not the to-do list, that it's the relationship, right? I have a good friend who her entire platform and everything is about the difference between motherhood is the role and motherhood is the relationship. But as I've been thinking about that, it's the relationship you're building with your kids, right? That's how you became a mom, a mother. And it's so much bigger than that too, though. I think a part that we don't talk about enough is the relationship with ourself. Like, yeah, we're building a relationship with our kids, but you're also building a new relationship with yourself because this version of you, like becoming a mom is so crazy. And each step along the way, you're constantly becoming because you've never been this version. And so, like with any relationship, it takes time, it takes curiosity, it takes compassion to get to know her, you. So, I want to say this out loud and very, very clear. You do not have to have it all figured out. In fact, it'd be crazy if you did. You wouldn't be going through like the motherhood journey if you like had it all figured out at the beginning. You are allowed to still be becoming. You're allowed to still be learning how to mother this child and in this moment and with this heart. And you are so worthy of grace while you do it. My good friend Kelly has this mantra that she says all the time that it says, it's okay to make mistakes while we're learning. And if motherhood isn't just a giant, big learning experience for us, I don't know what is. And so it's okay to make mistakes, right? And as we make mistakes, whether that's with ourselves and putting ourselves down or not giving ourselves enough compassion, or if that's a mistake with our child, like being open and honest and vulnerable about that and owning up to like the mistakes, like, hey, sorry, I'm new at this too. And those relationships grow stronger the more vulnerable we are. I know it seems kind of opposite sometimes, like we want to be the strong one and the parent one, but I don't think it's a bad thing that our kids know that we're working on it too. It gives them permission to work on them where they're at. So, oh, lots of thoughts today about Mother's Day and motherhood, but that's why I love this. That's why I love this podcast, why I love showing up here, why I love showing up in one-on-one coaching. Like the epiphanies and the breakthroughs that come through that are just incredible. So, this isn't one-on-one right here. This is one to many. And I just want to remind you that you're not failing. You're not failing as a mom, you're growing. And to use those tools that you have to get curious with yourself, um, to tune in to what's working, to what's not, to work on finding rhythms that serve you, that serve your family and support you. I want to encourage you to beyond giving yourself grace and compassion, to just slow down and reflect. And rather than showing up like you have to cross off all the to-dos and manage everything perfectly, just show up with intention, right? There's a reason why I changed the name of this podcast to include intentional, because it doesn't mean perfect. It is far from that. It just means that you're intentional about it. Um, and I just want to let you know that you are allowed to, you can enjoy your motherhood without feeling like you have to be perfect at it. Like if you're not perfect at it, we sometimes feel like we have to almost put ourselves down or judge ourselves a little bit and be like, oh, well, it's hot. Like you can enjoy the bad parts and the good parts as well. It's a whole experience wrapped up into a lot of different things. So, all right, before I go on to more and before I cry again, because who knew that this was going to make me emotional, as Mother's Day approaches, no matter what you're feeling, no matter how other people are showing up for you, whether that's exceeding your expectations or really falling short of your expectations, um, I want you to think about the relationships and the relationship with yourself and how you feel about you as a mom. And again, say to yourself, I'm a good mom, because you are. You are a great mom. So I hope that this Mother's Day isn't just a day where you hope somebody makes you breakfast or someone buys you flowers. I mean, I hope you get all of that. But I hope it's a day, or even just today, where you can pause and just reflect on who you are becoming. So often with motherhood, we think about our kids, right? We're the mom, which means we're like a mom to someone, and it's more about the someone. It's about our littles or our bigs. But think about who you're becoming, not just who your kids are becoming. I mean, that's important too, obviously. Like, that's why we're doing the work. We want our kids to become amazing, amazing people, but you're becoming too. So think about this week as you're heading into Mother's Day. Who am I as a mom? How have I changed? What do I need more of? What can I release? Like, what pressures, like, what weird things can I release? Like, comparisons that I have, or things that where I'm like measuring myself up against something. Like, can I release that? Can I release some of that pressure? And how can I show up with more love for myself and more love for my family, and show up with that connection and that intention, and focus less on the checklist and more on the connection? So, just as I leave you with this, just let this be a reminder to yourself that you are not just a task doer. You're a relationship builder. You're a creator, and you are becoming, and you are becoming someone so beautiful. If this message touched your heart today, if I maybe evoked some emotion in you, like I apparently evoked in myself, would you please do me a favor and share it with a friend who needs to hear it? Because wow, the energy as I'm like filming and recording this is that it's a message that you need to hear. Even that, just that part of like letting yourself know, like you're a good mom, right? So share this with a friend who needs to hear it, whether that's sending it through a text, whether you like posting on your social media, on your stories or whatever. If you do that, please tag me. And guess what? My name changed. It's now Intentional with Jess. If you just type in my name, Jessie Larson, too, you'll be able to find me. So tag me if you do share it, because I would love to see who you're sending it to, see who you are, what you're loving, and also cheer you on. Like I will totally pop into your DMs and be like, hey, now that I know you listen to the podcast, I want you to know, like I'll send you a personal message, because I like to get to know who's listening instead of me just talking to an empty screen. Okay, so if you haven't already, hit subscribe so you don't miss what's coming up on the next episodes. And just from one mom one exhausted mom to another, I want to wish you a happy Mother's Day. You're doing incredibly sacred, special, hard, overwhelming, gut wrenching, all the things, insert all of the adjectives, work. And it's amazing work. Your kids, I'm sure, are incredible people and are going to grow up to be incredible people because they have an incredible mom, you who's listening right now. And you are just becoming, you're becoming more you and embracing more of you and loving more of you every step of the way. And I'm so proud of you. I'm so glad you're here. I'm so glad I get to be some part of your little journey here. And that's it. I'm going to just stop. I hope you have a lovely Mother's Day, and I'll see you on the podcast next week.